It's about that time. How are you all? Class of 2022, are you in the house? That is not, no. Okay, we're gonna redo that again. Class of 2022, are you in the house? Okay, that feels more like it. Welcome everyone, bienvenidos. It's a pleasure to be with you all tonight. My name is Dr. Chartria Collier. I am the Associate Dean of our School of Education. First of all, may the 4th be with you. Second of all, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. How wonderful, right? How coincidental. Are there 40-something teachers in the house? What? Is special ed in the house? Where are you, special ed? Secondary ed, where are you all? Elementary ed, where are you all? Awesome, awesome. Well, again, this is really exciting. This is actually the most, this is why we're here. This is the most gratifying time of the year for us here at Nevada State College, is to see you all come to the end of your journey and the beginning of another journey and another chapter. And so a few things I just want to keep in mind. First of all, I know some of you all just did your presentations. You just finished student teaching. I just overheard someone say how awesome the student teaching experience was for them. And that just warms my heart, because we are coming off and, God willing, are on the tail end of a global pandemic, right? Our world will never be the same. And the exciting part for you all is that this is not business as usual. We can no longer allow business as usual. So what does that mean for you as educators? It means it's an opportunity to innovate, to transform, and shift things upside down, okay, to create something new. And so that's gonna be, I always, like I said last night, I like to have a theme, and my theme for tonight is creation, right? We are creators of something new. And so this is an exciting time for us. All right, now without further ado, and again, families who are in the house, let's give you all a round of applause. Otra vez quiero decir en español también, bienvenidos a todas las familias aquí, también a los graduados. Es un placer de estar con ustedes esta noche. Now, one of the special parts, when we get to the pinning part, this is like my favorite part, and it's okay if there are tears in the house. I'm a big crybaby, so I'm just letting you all know now that I might be over there. But the best part of the pinning is hearing your stories and hearing your journeys and seeing your families and seeing you all dedicate this journey to them, all right? Now, without further ado, I am going to welcome our president of Nevada State College, Dr. Darian Pollard.
Well, good evening and congratulations. Oh my goodness, this is the second night in a row we had to do this. Good evening. Good evening. This is a celebration. This is a recognition of academic achievement. This is what we look forward to the most at Nevada State College, this very special time of the year, where we have the privilege of seeing our mission manifest. It is the opportunity for us to be a part of celebrating what academic achievement and hard work represent when we see completers who are walking across a stage on Saturday, who are being pinned tonight, who are participating in end-of-the-year activities, demonstrating their culmination of their academic experience here thus far. Because I want to challenge each of you to be thinking about master's programs at some point as well. What I think is real, I know you're like, is she serious? But I thought that it's important, and it isn't lost on me as well, as we heard Dr. Collier talk about a moment ago, that this was Teacher Appreciation Week. And I spent the last 9 months meeting with various members of the college community, faculty, staff, students, employers, community leaders, elected officials, you name it. I've done more talking than anybody could ever imagine, but I've done more listening. And one of the most provocative responses I had about their relevancy of Nevada State College was one of our, I believe, a secondary education completers in December. And I asked her why she came to Nevada State College to complete her degree. I'm going to make sure she's not here right now. And she said to me, which was so provocative, and it humbled me. She said, she worked in the gaming industry for 20 plus years. And when COVID happened, she was no longer able to be employed. And she decided to go back to school. She was parenting 3 boys. And she said, I am coming back and becoming a teacher because I never want to be told again that I am irrelevant, that I'm unnecessary, that I'm not essential. And that made me stop and made me think about the essentiality of teachers in our society. So then, as I was thinking about you all today, I started a list. Mrs. Shelby, Mr. Strasberg, Ms. Latham, Ms. Fagan, Ms. Sharp, Ms. Robinson, Mr. Gorenstein, Mr. Hanson. These were my classroom teachers for my first 8 years. Without any pause, I could write down their names because they were essential to me. They changed my life. And if I were to continue on, I could probably name 75% of my high school teachers. I could probably name another 80% of my college teachers, my faculty who were instrumental in my life. So much so that when I wrote my master's degree thesis, I dedicated a good portion of it to them because, as I said, they helped me learn how to think. They taught me what it meant to understand the human experience. They offered constructive criticism, but they believed in me when I didn't believe in them and myself. So I would offer to you that this profession that you have chosen to move into, whether it be elementary education, secondary education, special education, we need you to be successful. We need that. The one thing that we have learned through this pandemic is that teaching matters. Good teachers are to be treasured. And as a result of that, it brings me such joy and profound pride to work at a college and to celebrate your achievement because you are making our community better. You are indeed helping to build and rebuild a community that is struggling right now. So I'm going to tell you, your job is hard. You have seen that in your teaching practicums, yet you showed up. You chose to be here. And I guarantee you, when you leave and you go into this work full time, there are going to be days when you're going to wonder, what the heck did I get myself into? I said that to myself just yesterday. What have I gotten myself into? But then I sat down and I thought about why I chose to do it. And I thought about this penning this week that I'm having 3 pennings in a row and commencement on Saturday. And I said, that's why we do it. And I then look at your parents and your family and your friends and know that you're making our community stronger. And that is essential because that's what we need right now. On behalf of Nevada State College, our faculty who are outstanding, our staff who are superb, our leadership team that believes in you deeply, we are so excited that you are becoming alumni of this wonderful institution. And I look forward to seeing your continued impact on our community and to the families that we have the privilege of serving through teaching. Take care and good luck to you all.
Thank you, President Pollard. Before I introduce our faculty guest speaker, I did want to take a moment to acknowledge a few people, the faculty and the staff in the School of Education that often are behind the scenes or in the classrooms with you as well. So I first want to acknowledge Sally Starkweather, Jamie Castle, Kayla McDuffie, Janet Perez, Carmen Royce. Those are all of our admins in the School of Ed who, again, do a lot of the things behind the scenes that you may not see. So I just wanted to give them a round of applause. And I also, before we go any further, wanted to make sure I acknowledge our faculty. I've been in higher education for about 20 something years now. And when I say I have yet to meet faculty as genuinely passionate about your success, it is truly genuine. It is not something that they just say and not do. Again, the things that you don't see behind the scenes, the curriculum that they create, the mission that they've revised so that we could highlight what it means to us to touch communities, to provide social justice. And so again, I just want all of our faculty, School of Education faculty, there's Dr. Graziano in the back of the room. We have Dr. Amager. Please rise, our faculty, and let's give them a round of applause as well. And again, I'm going to welcome up our faculty speaker today, Dr. Christine Beaudry. How many of you had Dr. Beaudry? All right. I don't even have to really give her an introduction. She's extremely amazing. And again, it's one of those people that you meet and you're like, wow, I never thought history was that, like, I didn't know it could touch people that way, right? And when you get to see her teach, it's also, it's really artistry as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and welcome Dr. Beaudry up.
Thank you, Dr. Collier. I'm gonna need you to lower your expectations about 30%. All right, so President Pollard and I must have been vibing because I'm also on that teacher appreciation theme. It really is an honor to represent our Nevada State faculty and to join you all this evening to celebrate our outstanding graduates. Graduation truly is a special moment. It's both an end and a beginning. And as educators, it's the end of our formal studies, but just the beginning of our careers as teachers and learners, really. And though I know a lot of you already have really rich experiences working in schools, this is really a milestone in your journey. And so those that have taken classes with me know I'm big on reflection. You may be recalling those reflections right now, for better or worse. But I really do think reflection is vital to our practice as educators. And I think this moment offers a really wonderful opportunity for reflection, both on how far we've come and where we're going. And so in our brief time together this evening, I want to share some of my own reflections in hopes that they might add to your own. And I was also reflecting this week on Teacher Appreciation Week on some of the wisdom that I've gained from those that have mentored and supported me in my journey. And so there's so many things you can talk about, right? And Dr. Pollard alluded to this. Why teach, right? How to teach. But I'm really confident that each of you are already carrying a very powerful why with you. And I'm equally confident that each of you are well on your way with how. A journey that will last a lifetime. So I thought it might be nice to share, again, some of that wisdom that's guided and continues to sustain me in my own journey, professionally, intellectually, personally. And I want to begin with a teacher, Cheryl Craig. She was one of my doctoral advisors and continues to be a mentor to me. As I was working on my doctoral studies, she was extending Joseph Schwab's concept of the best loved self in her teacher education research. Our best loved selves reflect both our ideals as educators and the many decisions we make each day, or the moments of choice, as Schwab called them, in our work as teachers, from how we present curriculum, the virtues we emphasize in our classrooms, how we interact with students, to how we generally present ourselves, often without even saying a word. Her work shows that cultivating and nurturing our best loved selves, ensuring that we are able to enact our values and purposes as educators, are crucial to achieving satisfying and sustaining careers. So tonight, I encourage each of you to remember your best loved self as an educator and to carry that with you as you continue to develop your practice. And in speaking of development, I also want to mention the work of Maxine Green, whom I didn't have an opportunity to personally work with before she passed, but who illustrates that words can also be powerful teachers. In her work, she spoke about the power of imagined possibilities. She emphasized that imagination is a crucial first step towards transformative change, that for anything to change, we have to first imagine it can be other than it is. For me, imagined possibilities are also at the heart of being an educator, imagining change. Supporting our students' imagination for change is really what we do. She said part of teaching is helping people create themselves. How awesome is that? Green also emphasized that our work is always in progress. Becoming teachers, becoming learners. She said, I am what I am not yet. And also, I am forever on the way. I really love that. For me, it's been so important to remember that I and that my students are always and forever on the way to becoming that most cherished version of our best loved selves. And so I encourage each of you to remember that being always on the way to becoming and supporting others in their own becoming offers each of us both a charge and a hope for the future. And speaking of hope, I want to share the wisdom of another intellectual mentor of mine, Bell Hooks, whom we lost just last year. Her work, both on pedagogy and community, continues to influence my values and practices as an educator. Hooks reminds us that one of the most vital ways we sustain ourselves is by building communities of resistance, places where we know we are not alone, and that beloved community is formed not by the eradication of difference, but by its affirmation, by each of us claiming the identities and cultural legacies that share who we are and how we live in the world. She emphasized that if we want a beloved community, we must stand for justice. Those that have taken classes with me may recall in my syllabi that I assert that teaching is never neutral. Regardless of what grade or subject we teach, we are always making decisions on what to teach and how to teach it. And again, I encourage each of you to be empowered and reflective in your choices and to act in ways that affirm and advocate for all students. As I also include in my syllabi, you will change lives. Never forget this. I also want to encourage each of you to create communities that sustain your best loved selves. Those communities and the important relationships found within are likely already surrounding you this evening. And I encourage you to nurture and grow them as you continue forward. And I also want to talk a little bit about some of the important people in my community in hopes that they may, again, inspire you as you continue to build your own. Two of the most important people in my community, which have sustained me professionally and personally, are my chicas. Leslie Gauna, Jane Cooper, two of my colleagues and closest friends, all once classroom teachers. We came together in graduate school. Remember, Dr. Pollard said graduate school is where it's at. I'm here to affirm it. We formed a professional group, which we named Las Chicas Críticas, reflecting our shared values as critical educators. Nearly a decade later, despite working in different schools and in different states, we continue to meet weekly, virtually, to share our professional and personal challenges and triumphs, and to collectively investigate and improve our practices as educators. Other important people in my community are my colleagues here at Nevada State, who have welcomed me and mentored me since my arrival. My former students are also vitally important. I was fortunate enough to meet with several of them a few weeks ago, Stephanie, Tyler, Ryan, and Paul, and to continue to learn from their current stories of experience. As you grow your own community, I encourage you to include those accompanying you on your journey, as well as those that have walked ahead and those coming after. Each offers an opportunity to learn and grow through relationship. Going forward, I hope you will draw from your Nevada State peers and faculty, as well as your new colleagues and students as you continue building your community on your journeys of becoming. Congratulations, class of 2022.
I told you. Isn't she awesome? She's dropping knowledge. All right. I also want to give her a shout out because she was recently promoted to associate professor. I want to give her a shout out. And Dr. Lori Navarrete was promoted to full professor. She is our first full Latina professor at Nevada State College. So that's critical as well. Critical to be acknowledged. So now we are going to move on to, again, one of my favorite parts of this evening, and that is the pinning of our candidates. So we will start our faculty who will be supporting us in this process, and Dr. Murray. Okay, we will be starting with our elementary education candidates. Okay. Check, check, check. Okay. And just a reminder, candidates, if there is, if you have a family member who you've asked to pin you, family members, if you wouldn't mind lining up on the other side of your candidate so that you can, if your candidate is a little further down the line, it's okay. You can wait a minute. I'll give another signal when we get a little closer. But maybe our first 5 candidates, if family members want to go ahead and come down and line up next to them. Also, candidates, just a reminder, you're welcome here. The microphone here is on. So your family member can pin you and feel free to say a few words, okay? All right. So our first elementary education candidate, Yasmin Castaneda.
Hi, everyone. So the person pinning me tonight is my husband. Ooh, I didn't say I was going to be emotional.
It's okay. Take your time.
So he has been with me by my side since day one, through my associates, through my bachelor's, and he's the one that continues to push me through everything that I've gone through and continue to do. So my husband, Angel. Thank you so much. There we go.
Congratulations. Catherine Cummings.
So the person I chose to pin me tonight is my husband. It's been a very long journey for me because when we first got married, we went to school together and the plan was to get our degrees together, but we started having a family and I decided I wanted to stay home and take care of the children, and I did get my associates. So years later, I decided, you know what, I want to go back and get my degree. And so he has always been there to support me in all my dreams and endeavors, and I really appreciate and love him. That's my husband, Randall.
Congratulations, Catherine. Chandler Day.
This is my boyfriend, Mike, and this is who I chose to pin me for tonight. He's been the one that's had to put up with me the most. This is who I chose.
Kirsten Dean.
Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten. I chose my mom here, Tina, for many reasons, but mostly because she has given up so many things for me to be standing here right now in front of all of you, and she's always loved and supported me. I love you.
Erica Dirk.
Hi, everyone. Tonight I chose my mom to pin me. She has been there for me as my cheerleader, my motivator, and my best friend. I also wanted to say thank you to my dad, my brothers, my grandparents, and my mentor teacher, Courtney Redden, for all they have done for me throughout this entire experience.
Tiffany Ferraro.
Hello. So I got placed in a second grade classroom this year, so I got really good at writing poems. I'm so happy to finally be here, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without my parents near. They helped me overcome a lot of what I faced the past few years. And I want to thank them for telling me when I'm being silly and to wipe away my tears. Thank you, Papa, for supporting me even when I changed my mind. And thank you to my mom, who has always been so unbelievably kind. There's no way I would be here without the support from the two of you. So will you please come to pin me? And I'm sorry, Mom, I forgot a tissue.
Oh. That was perfect. Erica Figueroa.
Hello, everyone. Today I have my mom here with me today. She has been my #1 supporter throughout this entire journey. Whenever I doubted myself, she was always there to give me words of encouragement and motivation. Thanks to her, I am here where I am today. Not only has she been a best friend, but she's also been the best mother. I hope that I make you proud. I love you. Thank you.
Amani Fitzgerald.
So this is my mom, Danielle. As you can see, she's in her scrubs because she's a nurse educator. So to put it short, I wouldn't be here, be able to be a teacher if I didn't have such a good one. And yeah, thank you, Mom. Oh, this.
Taylor Furr. No Taylor today? Okay. Judith Galvez Manzo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I didn't prepare a speech hoping that what would come out of my heart was heartfelt. But tonight, my mom and my dad are pinning me. My sister and my brother were able to make it tonight. And I can't cry because I got my lashes done this morning, so. You wouldn't know.
Tiffany Gauthier.
Hi. The person pinning me is my best friend and my biggest supporter, my dad. Last semester, he was hospitalized for 95 days, and the doctors didn't think he'd get to see this day. But he pushed through and learned how to breathe and walk again, and is here to support me like he always has been. I love you, Dad, and thank you for being part of my teaching journey.
Okay. Gauthier. I wanted to make sure I got that correct. All right. Next we have Ella Haggerty.
Well, I wish I could have gone first so I could be a little bit less emotional. But the person pinning me today is my mother-in-law, unofficially. She is also a 6th grade math teacher at Brown, and she has been one of my biggest supporters through this process. She's helped me every step of the way. And on my last day, she told me, "You can do hard things." And I think that'll stick with me forever. So I just appreciate her so much. Thank you.
You don't want old people to do this? Michelle Hannah.
Okay, so today I have my brother here with me. He's the one that's going to pin me. The little guy here is my nephew. His name is Liam. This is Evan. They've both been with me along this journey, and I'm so grateful for both of them. Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Austin Hayes. I don't think Austin. Okay. No. All right. Jessica Hogue. No. Okay. Erica Islas Guzman.
Hi. So me and my dad didn't plan a match, just letting you guys know. Just like how they are proud of me, I'm very proud of them. They came into this country not knowing the language. I'm sorry. They came into this country without a cent in their pocket. They only came with the clothes on their backs, and they came with no money, no English, anything. And I'm beyond proud of them because they were able to make me who I am today. I got pregnant 2 years ago. I got married, and I also had a divorce. I'm so proud of myself for pushing myself through this journey, and for my parents pushing me as well. I'm a single mother, and they were the ones that were up with me day and night when my daughter got sick. And we had COVID also 2 years ago, and it was a terrible time for us. I had to be in the hospital with her to make sure everything was fine. And they were the ones that were up with me day and night. And I'm so proud of them, and I know they're proud of me.
Felicidades otra vez a ustedes. Sarah Long.
All right. Hello, my name is Sarah Long, and this is my husband, Derek Long.
I just want to take a second to thank you for just being on this crazy long journey. We had a lot of stops and bumps on the road, but I couldn't thank you enough for just being there, supporting me and pushing me to continue on, as well as my family and also my CT who is actually here today. And I can't thank you guys enough as well. And I love you guys.
Karen Lopez.
Today, my mom and dad are pinning me. Growing up, I always wanted to be a teacher, and this is a career that it comes with a lot of opinions, but not once did they have me doubt my dream. And they know that that's my dream since when I was in first grade, I wanted to be a teacher, and now I can proudly say that I'm a first grade teacher now, and I could not have done it without them. So gracias, mamá y papá. And my little sister Katherine, my little brother Fernando, I hope you know that you can also make your dreams come true.
Alyssa Lloyd.
All right, so I have my husband and my 2 daughters here tonight to help me with my pinning. I just want to thank them for their support and their patience as I completed this journey. I know it hasn't always been easy, and they've had to share their time or had to share my time with school and them when they really wanted me most. So thank you, and I appreciate everything you guys have done to get me to this point.
Congratulations.
Sadie Mallory.
So the person that I chose to pin me has not only been the best mother I could ever ask for, but she is the best example of an educator that I could ever ask for, because she always puts her students above her personal needs, and she is always looking to improve herself to help better serve her students and their needs.
India McKnight.
This is my mom. I'll bend down. She is the perfect. I don't know how to do it. I'll just bend down. She's the perfect mother. She's my best friend. Her support is out of this world. And I really wanted to sing for her, but I think my voice will crack, so I'm not gonna sing. But I just want to name a couple of things I'm thankful for. Thank you for throwing a party for my students. Thank you for the homemade coffee and creamer. Thank you for all their prayers. I felt you praying for me, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, Mom.
You sure you don't want to sing? Stephanie Mora. No, Stephanie? Okay. Amber Parker.
Okay, so I'm not one for public speeches, so I'll keep it brief. But I chose my mom to pin me tonight because she was a teacher for 8 years, and she reminded me every time I thought I couldn't do it that I could do it. So thank you, Mom.
Kaylee Ramirez.
Hi, so the person I chose to pin me is my fiance, and he has really been a huge support for me and been there for me through everything, even when I haven't had the best support in my career choice. And I also want to thank my grandfather, who was a teacher for CCSD for 30 years, who passed away in March during my student teaching. He was my biggest inspiration, and I really wish he could have seen me graduate, but I have a great support system right here, and that's my fiance, Zach.
Muriel Reyes. Muriel. Perdón, Muriel Reyes. Okay, sí.
Hi, everyone. This is my mom. It was hard with who I wanted to pick because I have my husband also. I have my family, my kids, my son's over there waving his hands at me. You guys are going to make me cry. Stop. But my mom has been my loudest cheerleader. She's been my #1 fan. She's been my support all the way through. I had like a 10, 11-year gap for finishing college. And she was always there telling me, when are you gonna go back to school? When are you gonna finish? When are you gonna go past that praxis? You all know, right? That praxis. She's like, when are you gonna go past it? And I'm like, I keep trying, and I can't pass. So that's why I have such a big gap. I got married and I had kids, but my mom was always there and she said, go back to school. And she's like, I wanna see you graduate. And here I am today, so it's a dream come true. And I'm still trying to believe it, that I actually did it. It was so hard. So many times I called her saying, Mom, I can't do it. It's so hard. I'm going to quit. She's like, no, you're almost done. She's like, just go. And I plowed through it. Thanks to her, always telling me, you can do it. You can do it. And as I said, my family back there, my husband, he dealt with my craziness during this. You guys know how crazy it is. And with family, it's so much harder. So thank you, Mommy. I love you.
Lenice Salazar Cano. Oh, no? Oh, okay, sorry. Helen Solarzano Minera? Okay.
So I have my parents and my nephew with me today. I want to say thank you to my parents because they supported me throughout my college experience. And my dad had a health scare last year, so I didn't know if it'd be possible for him to be here, and he is. My mom's my best friend, and she supported me all throughout school and everything. My brother and my sister-in-law for pushing me anytime that I call them, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And my nephew, he gets the biggest thanks because anytime I didn't want to do this anymore, he's the reason I kept going. So thank you, guys.
What's no?
We also have one more name on the list, Samantha Volk, who is not in attendance. So those who are not in attendance, I just want to give them a shout out online. But let's go back and give our elementary education candidates a round of applause. Okay. Up next, we have our special education candidates. Special education candidates, please make your way over to the area here with Dr. Navarrete. And also family members, if you see your candidate, please line up on the other side so again, they can say a few words of dedication to you. Our first candidate in special education is Ariel Hamilton.
I chose my mother to pin me. Without her, I would not have gotten this far in my journey. She has been my greatest teacher and my greatest supporter throughout college and throughout my life, but especially through student teaching. I would have never lasted through these last 3 months without my mother. I would also like to thank my siblings, from the youngest, Eric Jr., and Jayla, Jade, little brother Jaden, my older brother Jaden. I would not have been able to do this without their support and motivating me, as well as my stepdad, William, and my stepmom, Brandis. And I'd also like to thank my dad. They're not here, but they have also supported and motivated me throughout this entire time.
Donna Molina.
I am here with my husband and my dad. My husband has been a great supporter. He doesn't know what it's like to travel without a backpack and books and laptop, and make sure we have Wi-Fi when we go camping. If not, we're walking, and he's just been a great supporter. But my mom has been my rock. Thank you. Don't stick me. Can you see it?
Jaime Rodriguez Martinez. No? Okay. Tara Lynn Spears.
So this is my husband, Jordan. He has supported me through everything. He is one of my biggest supporters, and he, on all the long nights, he was so sweet because he was like, I'm gonna get my bachelor's degree with you, so he could stay up with me doing homework all night long, every night. So I'm proud of you for also getting your bachelor's degree and graduating soon too. And and I also wanted to thank my dad, because I have a medical disability, but my dad always told me ever since I was little that I should never let that stop me, and I can be achieve anything I want, even though I have a medical disability. So thanks, Dad. I love you guys.
Noah Sword.
So I have been honored to be asked by Noah to do his pinning tonight. I actually had the fortune of being able to start the semester as his supervisor, his student teaching supervisor. And although you all are special and you all will make a difference, Noah was a kindergarten teacher. And those of you that have taught kindergarten before know that it takes a very special person to be a kindergarten teacher and set those foundations for our kiddos. So I'm honored to be able to pin Noah this evening.
I would like to just thank my mother and father who are watching on live stream, and my wonderful girlfriend as well. You guys were awesome always in helping me. Thank you.
I have one more special education candidate here, Jennifer Valdivia. Is not here? Okay. All right, let's give a round of applause to our special education graduates. And last but certainly not least, we are moving to our secondary education graduates. Edgar Canela Lopez.
So, this is my brother, my younger brother, Jason. The reason I chose him is I want to show him that it is possible to fulfill your dream if you work hard at it. I'd also like to give a big thanks to my mom, who's in the audience. She's been one of my biggest supports. Somebody else mentioned it earlier, but I think prayer from moms is like really powerful. I don't know what it is about it, but it really, really helps. I'd also like to thank my brother, George, who's not here. He is like a father figure towards me because he's helped me out so much, and I couldn't have gotten here without their support. Thank you. Thank you.
Yesenia Castillo.
So I wanted to start off by thanking those who were able to join in person to support me and those who are joining live as well. I wanted to make a special emphasis on thanking my mom and my dad that are here. I want to first of all thank my dad for waking up early in the morning, going to work every single day, even though it's really hard work, just to make sure that there's food on our tables, a roof over our head. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. And I did my makeup, so I'm trying not to cry. I also wanted to thank my mom for being the emotional rock in my life. There were several days that I felt like I couldn't carry on with this degree. I felt like I wasn't capable enough, yet she was always there to encourage me, to support me. I want to also thank her for waking up early in the morning to make sure that I had everything that I needed. She would always ask, "Is there anything that I can do for you?" And that makes a big difference. So I wanted to thank you for that too.
Love you so much.
Brian Phelan.
I just want to start off. I was hoping to see you at the presentation, Dr. Beaudry, but I just want to thank you so much for all your encouragement and your example. I would not, you helped me stay the course, so thank you so much. Just wanted to acknowledge you. I am joined by my lovely wife, Lisa. My son, Jack, is in the audience. My oldest son is out of state and couldn't join us. About 35 years ago, I met a beautiful woman who was a single mother working her way through college. We got married, raised a family, put 2 boys through college. My wife went on to complete her master's degree and finally felt the pressure that it was my turn to step up and do something with my life. You've been an absolute inspiration. You're the love of my life, and you've been so supportive. We will be married 30 years this 15th of this month, and it's taken 30 years, but honey, I finally finished something I started.
This next graduate is not here, but I'm going to say his name, Christian Prada. And let's give him a round of applause. Ruben Serna.
Thank you. So I just want to take a quick second to thank the staff and faculty who put together this event, Dr. Beaudry, Dr. Pollard, Dr. Dennis, Professor Murray, and Dr. Collier. It's been such an honor, to know you, but more of an honor getting to work with you. And thank you. So with that said, I have my mom, my sister, my lovely niece and nephew with me today. And I just want to thank my dad, who is also joining us through live stream. Te amo, pa. Muchas gracias. He's working out of state. Pero nada más les quería decir que estoy muy agradecido con su trabajo, por mí, por haberme enseñado desde que trabajamos en los rodeos vendiendo ceviche, vendiendo churros. Sabemos básicamente pues tú me enseñaste lo que quiere ser humilde, lo que quiere decir ser una persona honesta que trabaja duro y más que nada que le echa ganas y no deja de echarle ganas. Te amo, mamá.
Felicidades a ustedes. Landon Shank.
Last one up, so that's a lot of pressure. Tonight, we're focusing on celebrating our journey through education and those who have helped us along the way. My own experience with education could easily be called a battle. It's challenged me, made me question myself and who I want to be as a teacher, and definitely took longer than it intended it to. But along the way, I had the privilege and opportunity to meet and work with some amazing mentors, many of whom are here today. However, there is one person I would like to take the moment to honor, and that is my mom. My mom, Jennifer Shank, has been an educator for 28 years. She has spent many hours not only developing her own craft, but using her knowledge to help others grow as educators. Usually when you tell somebody that you want to become a teacher, you're met with shock. Comments like, "Are you sure? You don't make very much money. Those kids are crazy sometimes." Sometimes comments like these often come from other teachers. However, my mom did nothing of the sort. She encouraged me, but did not hold back the truth. She told me how hard it can be with the late nights and early mornings, but also took the time to tell me just how rewarding it can be when you make an impact in a student's life. She has continually helped me grow along my journey and never failed to be by my side. Thank you for being the greatest teacher, mentor, and mom I could have ever asked for.
You did not tell me any of this. You told me as I got here, Mom, I want you to pin me. I'm sorry. I sent him a text and I said, I'm a blubbering mess and I don't even know any of these people and I'm crying my eyes out. Oh my gosh.
We have one more name on the list here, Madison Slothauer. I wanted to get the fellow. Let's give our secondary education majors a round of applause. All of our graduates of 2022, I would love for you to stand up and face your family so that they may honor you and you may honor them. Thank you. You may have your seats. And without further ado, I am going to hand it over to our illustrious Dean, Dennis Potoff, to say a few closing remarks.
Thank you, Sartria. You know, this is a college event, but not really. This isn't a college event. This is a family event. You know, and I think as a dad, I would just say as a dad, and those parents and grandparents out here tonight, it doesn't get much better than this, right? Your kids, your kids are thriving, your kids are succeeding. And so this, yeah, it's a great night for the college, but it's a better night for the families. And I think that's the main message for me tonight. I do want to say thank you to all the people that worked to put this together. Our faculty, staff, this is a great night for us. Dr. Baudry and President Pollard, I'm not going to try to go after those two. That's just not fair, all right? So, but I do one little tidbit. We're excited that this particular year, 21-22, is a year where we've graduated more students from the School of Education than we've ever graduated before. And that's exciting for us as we're building this college and building this School of Education. I really want to just kind of end with two things. First of all, a few quotes. Not quotes I have, quotes you made, okay? Here's a few that I wrote down. It's been 30 years, but I finally finished something I started. My dad told me I could be anything I want. We needed Wi-Fi when we went camping. Well, that's a dedicated homework right there, right? It's still hard for me to believe I did it. It was so hard. By the way, most things that are of value are hard. Most things that are of value are hard. Years later, I decided to go back and get my degree. Fastest growing group of teachers in the United States are people going back to get teaching degrees. Those are so important. I chose my mom. She had to give up so many things for me to get here. I really got good at writing poems. I student taught in 2nd grade. But it wasn't a bad poem either. Okay. I can't cry because I got my lashes done this morning. Oh, man. That's a new one, by the way. That one's one for the ages. I hadn't heard that one before. I am beyond proud of my parents. I grew up wanting to be a 1st grade teacher, and now I'm a 1st grade teacher. My mom is the best example of an educator. She puts students first. So those are the kind of quotes that, this is such an emotional night. Such an emotional night. I love pinning ceremonies. But message to graduates, my last assignment for you in our School of Ed, assignment number 1, be thankful. Now, tonight you had a chance to tell some people, really special people, how thankful you are for them. I would also challenge you to remember the teachers that made a difference for you. Some of them, you can still get a hold of them. Get their address, send them a letter. Get their phone number, send them a text. There's not much better for teachers than those kinds of letters and comments from students. You'll make their day. You make their week. Second thing is, I want to tell you is just to celebrate this moment. Victories are really important. Victories are really important in schools. Victories are really important in our family lives, And so permit yourself a chance to enjoy this moment in the sunshine. Give yourself permission. I know there's going to be lesson plans to make. There's going to be things to go right away, right? But give yourself permission to savor this and remember this. And you did it. And victories lead to more victories. Victories lead to more victories. And then finally, commit yourself to a lifetime of learning. You've learned a bunch. Hopefully our faculty and staff and the students and your supervisor, you've learned a ton. But you got a whole bunch more to learn. Pursue learning relentlessly. Don't be afraid of learning. Commit to getting continually better. Here's the ideal teacher in some ways. On the last day that you ever teach, the last day of your teaching career, aspire to be the best teacher you've ever been on that last day. Aspire to be the best teacher you've ever been on the last day you teach. A journey of learning how to teach better, all right? We are so proud of you. Thank you so much for your families that were here. Teachers matter. Sometimes you don't hear that enough. Teachers matter. They matter a lot. And go out and do it, all right? Go out and do it. We're proud of you. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
So just a few final words. Again, thank you, congratulations. Also, I just want to say 3 more things, and I promise I'll let you go. Keep your grounding. What we do requires a lot of energy, right? We work with families, we work with children. Keep your grounding. Stay connected. Reach out to your mentors who you've met. Create your circle of friends, or continue with your circle of friends. Cry when you need to. Laugh when you need to. And most importantly, give yourself and those around you grace. We are extremely proud of you. Otra vez estamos muy orgullosos de ustedes y sus familias. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for coming.
That turned out great. That turned out great.
I'm all stuffy still.
Oh, I think, yeah.